Hi everyone, it's Lavinia. Welcome to Inktober 2025, where I am participating in the Zentangle challenge for the month of October. Just drawing some Zentangles. And today is day 10, and this tangle is called Zenith. And I have my little bijou tile where I will be drawing that. And as far as for tools, I'm going to use this pencil today, this Zentangle graphite pencil. It's made by General Pencil Company, and I do have other General pencils. I thought for today for my ink pen, I would use this fun little cactus pen. I also have some Artist Loft pens, just in case I want to use those in 0.5, 0.3, and 0.1. And then I have my blending stump or tortillon. You could use a Q-tip. You could roll a piece of paper towel if you wanted to smudge it. That's just to smudge the graphite. You don't have to use graphite if you don't want to. I only use ink on the bijou tiles. And I have my eraser. I don't know that I'm going to be needing it today for this particular tangle. So let me show what it looks, well, my variation. There's so many different ways, and you can keep building and building, and that's kind of what I was doing here. But it's a pretty tangle. This is the first time I think I've drawn it. I may have seen it before, but it's actually the first time that I've been, that I drew it. And these little circles and triangles, you can make any design that you want to. So let me go ahead and show you the basics. It looks like it's intricate. It actually reminds me like either of a crown or jewelry, like gold chain, gold bracelet. But let's go ahead to the calendar and we'll break it down. So the first thing I'm going to do, I think, with my pencil is just draw a curved line that will give me my base of where I'm going to put in my, we're going to start with this midsection here first. Let me go ahead and bring the camera a little bit further closer. Okay, so I have my line drawn, and we are going to start with this curvy line first. So maybe I'll start over here. You want to make them wide enough and come down, wide enough and come down. So almost like a half circle. Okay. Like that. So you've got these little hills or so. Now the next thing you're going to do is, I'm just showing you with the pencil, but I'm going to go directly with the pen. You're going to come from here, from the middle section, and you want to touch that point and come back to the middle section. I guess I could do it in pencil just to show you. So if you're comfortable doing that way, or maybe you just want to do it, maybe you just want to come to the midsection to that point, the midsection and that point, the midsection and that point, and keep going that way. So if you're more comfortable doing it that way, you know, that's another option. So it's like you're getting this, to me it looks like leaves. All right, so let's go ahead and ink that in. I'm using my 0.3 this time. But you want to make sure that you hit this point, come to the middle. And again, if you want to do it this way, you can, but otherwise you can just come here, touch, come here. you know, go slowly until you feel more comfortable with it. Okay? So it looks like little tulip leaves to me. All right. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put these little V shapes, these little triangle shapes. So these are over here. So I'm just going to start at any point. So just a V shape. Now it looks like either a tulip to me or a sailboat. So just, you know, continue putting those V shapes. And you're going to put them here at the bottom as well. Okay, so you have that. And now the next thing is to give it an aura. And so the aura is just the outline of this shape here. So I'm going to start from here. And again, take your time. If it's easier for you to do it in sections like it is for me, or if you want to turn your page, find out the best rhythm for yourself. So here, I think I'm going to start here first. The angle is a little bit off for me, so I'm just going to bring the page just a little bit closer. Okay, so there's that. And then I just put some circles here. You can put triangles, you can leave it blank. Again, as you practice with this and draw it more often, you can find out like different ways. Like for example, what I decided to do here is I added just like a little curve and I colored that in. So that's just like a little extra that I did. You know, and then I filled that space in. But you can put a little circle, an oval, you can put an aura just on that. What I did is I just continued on. So I made an aura here, and then what I did is in between these sections here, I added additional little circles. But I think for the video, just so it doesn't get too long, I will just add this, ink this in here. Just to give you an idea. Okay, and then I had inked those in as well. So this is Zenith. And I think I will do this off camera, but let's go ahead and see about adding it to that compilation page. Let me bring this out. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is add it here in this corner. So let's go ahead. just going to put this piece of scrap here just so I don't smudge the graphite. It's pretty well into the paper by using the tortillon, but I thought I would just go ahead and do that. So I think I'm going to start with, maybe I will put that semicircle or just here. Like that. And maybe I could do it this way. And so what I'm going to do first, I think I'm just going to use my 0.3, is I'm putting in those bumps, those hills. And that pencil line there is really just to give me an idea. They're not too even, but that's okay. All right, so we've got those bumps in there. And now what we're doing is we're coming from the middle, we're touching here and coming up. So again, if you're comfortable going ahead and swooshing that over, otherwise just do it, you know, come to the middle, come here, come back up. Mine aren't coming out too even, but I'm not stressing or worrying about it. Okay. And then we're just putting those triangles in. That looks like tulips to me. That. Oh, I forgot on the calendar, I didn't color it in. Okay, so like that. And now we're just going to give it that aura. So it's just that outline. I think I'll go with a thinner line. It's hard to do on camera and keeping it in focus. All right, let's see. So coming up, down. Oops. I think this is a pretty tangle. So that's the top. And now we're going to go ahead and do that here on the bottom. Okay. And then I'm going to add those circles. To me, that looks like a pretty little crown or bracelet. And then I'm going to, again, fill this in just to give it a little bit more of a contrast. And we will add the graphite to this one. I'm not worried about this because I can always ink that later. All right, so we are here like this. And then what I did here, so maybe I'll continue like what I did here, is I went ahead and did an aura again. So maybe I'll come here, come around it. Like that, and then I will fill these in. So if this is a tangle that you're going to go ahead and do, try out different variations. You can put circles here instead of triangles. You could put rectangles. Okay, and then what I had done was I put those little additional orbs here. Just because it made me think of jewelry. We have to aura this as well. And then I'll add those little circles. Mine aren't necessarily perfect, but again, I'm not worried about that. We're going to go ahead and add the graphite. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to use that Zentangle pencil, I think. And I'm just going to add it here because I want this aurid piece to stand out. So I definitely know I want it there. I would also like to add it here. And it'll probably go around just slightly around these areas here. But we may have enough on the tortillon, so that's why I'm just going lightly around there. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like. It's amazing what just a little bit of graphite can do to your drawings and to your pieces. So I've got that going, and then I'm just bringing it lightly up. See that already? And I think this is one of those tangles you can just keep on going and going and adding different designs and practicing different motifs, so to speak. All right, so we got that, and I think I might add just a little bit here. Let's see what that does. maybe. Oh, looks like I forgot to shade this portion in, or ink that portion in. And forgot this one too. And if you see as you go along that maybe you want to make certain areas, give it a little bit more graphite, then just go ahead and work that in. But I think that is it. I think this is a really pretty piece. Look at that. So this is Zenith. I thought it would bring it up just so you can see how that's looking. Really, really love that. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care. I will see you in the next one. Bye.